It's back again, in a luxurious office, a handsome young man sighed. The young man's name is Lin Bifan. He is 20 years old this year. He has traveled to the world composed of countless urban web articles, and has become a prodigal villain who is forced to slap his face by the protagonist. He only asks his parents for money, he is ignorant, he spends all day dabbling and making trouble. She likes the first female lead Song Yuqing, so she fights against the first male lead and gets slapped in the face by him pretending to be forced. At the beginning, he was relatively rational, but as he failed more and more, he gradually lost his rationality. Although he lived to the end, he was also crazy and was put in a mental hospital. Very cliched street plot. However, knowing the direction of the plot, will he still go the old way? Of course not. Fortunately, he passed through and bound a system called the wishing system. It is a system that can help people realize their wishes. Sounds good and powerful, but has 3 drawbacks. First, only one wish can be fulfilled each day. Second, you can only make wishes for yourself, and your wishes can only be fulfilled by yourself, not by others. For example, if you wish your parents good health, no. You wish you good health, yes. Third, the wish must conform to the basic law, cannot go beyond the city limits, and can only last for 24 hours. You make a wish to live forever, to live with the heavens and the earth. Please, this is a city, not a fantasy cultivating immortal, and the wish cannot be realized. Despite these shortcomings, it does not lose its power. So, relying on the ability of the system and his own sassy operation, he accidentally broke all the protagonists, became the ultimate villain, and messed up the world line. Tiandao repeats the plot and puts a curse on Lin Bifan. Any wish he made, the enemy will get double. To put it bluntly, the wishes he got through the system will be double fulfilled on the protagonist. Better for you, better for your enemies. The more you get, the more your enemies get. Finally, in turn, pretend to slap you in the face. You are destined to be nothing but stepping stones. Lin Bifan chuckled. Is this trying to confuse me? At this moment, the door opened, and a curvaceous woman with beautiful glasses walked in. Young Master Lin, Miss Song from Song's company has invited you to dinner at the Ocean Restaurant at 8 p.m. Excuse me, what is your opinion? Miss Song of Song's company is actually the first heroine Song Yuqing. A talented and beautiful woman, one of the 2 golden flowers in Mahai City. Their family runs a hospital, and a batch of large-scale equipment is outdated, so they want to buy a new batch of medical equipment, but the funds are very tight. Lin Bifan's family happens to be doing this business. So, the other party asked Lin Bifan to come out for dinner, and wanted to purchase equipment on credit through the other party's relationship. That is, on this night, Lin Bifan in the original book met Song Yuqing for the first time. He was astonished. Then, the first protagonist appeared and slapped his face. Since then, the 2 sides have been fighting like this, and the storyline has unfolded. Of course, Lin Bifan, who passed through, naturally didn't follow the plot, but played the protagonist to death. It's a fun game, and of course it's a second brush. Lin Bifan nodded excitedly. Okay, I'm going to the appointment. Help me reply to her. Yes, young Master Lin, at 8 p.m. Lin Bifan came to the Ocean Restaurant on time and met the legendary first heroine Song Yuqing. Actually, this is not the first time Lin Bifan has seen her. But when I saw it again, it was still amazing. With a height of 1.72 meters, a graceful and slender figure, fair skin, delicate facial features, and long black hair shawl. She was wearing a simple white lady's suit, but she exuded elegance from the inside out. At this time, Song Yuqing was also surprised. The other party has a face that even women are jealous of, clean, refreshing and not greasy, looking at her with gentle eyes, without too many distractions, completely inconsistent with the legendary image of a prodigal. Is the rumor wrong, or is the other party hiding too deep? She didn't think too much, and the 2 exchanged greetings. Lin Bifan apologized first. Miss Song, I'm sorry, I'm late. Song Yuqing smiled slightly. I just arrived. I haven't ordered yet, what should I eat? Guest as you wish. You're too polite, I'll treat you, let's have some. Unable to shirk, Lin Bifan took the menu and said to the waiter, hello. Please bring me a filet mignon, medium rare. Foie gras will also be served. And 2 cups of black tea. Be hot. Thank you. Song Yuqing, who was sitting opposite, was very surprised. "Mr. Lin, the dishes you ordered are all my favorite dishes. How did you know?" Lin Bifan secretly said, "Of course I know. You are my wife, I know how many moles you have on your body." But now that the plot is reincarnated, the two sides have not known each other, so of course it is impossible to say that. Lin Bifan smiled slightly. "I guessed it. I didn't expect to guess it right." Song Yuqing giggled and laughed. "You are amazing. But I guessed a little wrong. I like to drink iced black tea." Lin Bifan still smiled. "You have a bad stomach recently, so drink hot." Song Yuqing's eyes moved slightly. "How do you know that I have a bad stomach? It's not a guess again, is it?" "Not this time, I saw it from your look." Lin Bifan said calmly, "You have dark circles under your eyes and dry lips. The air conditioner is 25 degrees here, but you are wearing an extra coat. A piece of clothing, and your body is cold. Just now, you touched your abdomen many times, and you obviously felt bloated in your abdomen." Lin Bifan said a lot and finally concluded, "So, in summary, this is the stomach discomfort caused by irregular diet and staying up late." Song Yuqing's eyes were even more surprised. "You can see it all, it's amazing. Have you studied Chinese medicine?" "I haven't learned it, I just know a little bit," Lin Bifan said modestly. Then, the two chatted while eating. The more we talked, the more surprised Song Yuqing became. "Don't everyone say that he is an ignorant person? Why does it look completely different now? Answer anything you ask. Know everything. Any topic can be picked up. Not only in medicine, economics, social sciences, meteorology, entertainment, and even philosophical aspects that are irrelevant. It feels even more awesome than her double-study master's degree." Lin Bifan smiled slightly at the other party's confused expression, not surprised. In the last life, he wished that he would have a super learning ability, and then used some time to learn all the knowledge of various subjects. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is a walking encyclopedia. Although he was reborn, his memory was brought back. "Halfway through the wine, I finally got to the point." Song Yuqing put down the tableware, and said with a hint of hope and pleading, "Young Master Lin, this time I asked you out for an important matter. I hope I can get your help." "What's the matter? Tell me, I will help if I can." Lin Bifan put down the tableware and listened carefully. "It's like this." Song Yuqing explained the problem she encountered in the hospital. "This is the case. Our hospital's current funding is relatively difficult, but the amount of this batch of purchases is relatively huge, reaching 120 million. If we take out money to buy it, it will affect the normal operation of our hospital. Therefore, we want to buy this batch on credit. Equipment, I hope young Master Li can help us with this, and let us be accommodating. We promise that within half a year, we will definitely repay this account, and we can also accrue interest according to the bank's current loan interest," Song Yuqing said sincerely. Lin Bifan nodded. "Okay, let me tell you." As he said that, he picked up the mobile phone and sent WeChat with both hands flexibly. After a while, he put away his mobile phone and said, "I have contacted the director of the marketing department, and they said there is no problem. Tomorrow, you only need to bring your documents to our group and follow the procedures." "This is the end?" Song Yuqing looked confused. "Of course, it's not that difficult." "You didn't order other requirements?" Song Yuqing couldn't believe it. Lin Bifan chuckled. "What do you want? Everyone has a time when funds are tight. You can help me and I will help you. Isn't that what business is all about? I believe that under the management of Miss Song, Song Hospital will be able to quickly survive. When you guys survive, take care of our family's business." "Definitely. I offer a glass to young Master Lin." Song Yuqing happily raised the red wine. Lin Bifan also raised red wine. "Cheers." After the important matter was settled, Song Yuqing relaxed. Jade Hand shook the wine glass gently, and looked at Lin Bifan with a smile. "Mr. Lin, I found that you are not the same as the legend." "In the legend, what am I like?" "In the legend, you are a rich second generation who is ignorant, spends all day, and only asks your parents for money. But now it looks completely different. You make me feel like a gentle gentleman, and like a learned scholar, and like a light-hearted old man who sees through everything." Song Yuqing shook her head. "You feel so strange to me. Can you tell me which one is the real you?" Lin Bifan smiled. "It's all me." Song Yuqing was surprised. "It's all you?" "It's all me." I am the ignorant and ignorant rich second generation. The gentle gentleman is me. The learned scholar is me. And the old man who sees everything is me. Anyway, as long as I need it, as long as I am happy, I can be anyone. As for what others think, I don't care. Because, I don't live for them. Song Yuqing's heart moved slightly. It turned out that he is a man who lives and breathes. She didn't know why, but when she saw the man in front of her, she felt a little bit moved. With a hint of shame, "Young Master Lin, don't call me Miss Song, it's too raw. Just call me Yuqing, or call me Sister Song. Because, I'm older than you. Chuck. Then don't call me Young Master Lin. Just call me by my name, or call me Xiaofan. Okay. Let's add a WeChat account for easy contact in the future. I'll sweep you." In this way, the relationship between the two people took a step forward from being a stranger to becoming a friend. Then, continue talking and laughing to eat dinner. However, Lin Bifan looked at the restaurant door from time to time. The male protagonist Xiao Chen, "Why haven't you come yet?" At this time, a handsome man wearing sunglasses and a hat was hiding in the distance. His eyes were burning. "You two men and women are hooking up again. Especially Song Yuqing, you slut, who is obviously my fiancé, and you are still hooking up with each other, and you don't follow the rules of women. In this life, I will make you look good." This person is the male protagonist Xiao Chen, the descendant of the ghost doctor, and at the same time Song Yuqing's fiancé. Yes, he was reborn too. Rebirth goes back to the beginning of the story, when his medical skills went down the mountain to take refuge with his fiancée. Although he hadn't seen each other since he was a child, since he saw Song Yuqing's first face, he regarded him as his own woman. When he saw the other party going out, he followed him all the way. However, he found that his woman was talking and laughing with a handsome man, very close. So, he was so jealous that he couldn't help but take action. I thought that with my own ability and the identity of the descendant of Ghost Valley, I could easily clean up the opponent, but I was hanged by the opponent. After that, in various duels, they were all crushed by the opponent and lost completely. My own woman, Song Yuqing, also gradually left him and threw herself into each other's arms. He couldn't even figure it out. He was obviously an ignorant and ignorant rich second generation, so why was he so terrifying? Fortunately, God gave him a chance to be reborn. Rebirth, that is the treatment of the protagonist. Reborn once, know all the plots. I don't believe that I can't beat you. I swear by Xiao Chen, in this lifetime, I must make you Lin Bifan pay the price. I'm going to make you bankrupt. I want you to live on the streets and beg along the streets. I want you to swallow it, give me 10 times to spit it out. And Song Yuqing, it can only be mine. After taking the oath, he stared at the two people opposite him with a solemn expression. This is a very important story. In this episode, the two reached a cooperation after a dinner, and the relationship developed rapidly at the same time. Therefore, he must interrupt this cooperation in order to reduce the chance of their contact. And he has this chance. How to interrupt? That is to make Lin Bifan sick. Best not to be sick. In this way, the Lin family will blame Song Yuqing. The cooperation naturally fell through. When Song Yuqing and the Song family are in crisis, he can take advantage of the situation. With his heaven-defying medical skills, not only can he gain the heart of beauty, but he can also get the support of the Song family. Now that the two sides do not know each other, it is time to start. The plan is simply perfect. Thinking to himself, Xiao Chen had an extra needle in his hand. Doctors can save lives. Doctors can kill too. Just stick this needle into the other person's skin and you're all done. When it was too late, he pretended to be a drunk guest and staggered over. Due to the loud noise, Lin Bifan turned his head and looked over, a little surprised. The protagonist Xiao Chen is here. How did he become like this? Forget it. Never mind. Now that you're here, it's time to test the effect of your wish. It's a little exciting to think about it. Lin Bifan couldn't wait. System, I make a wish. Asterisk, I make a wish that I will be weighed down by 100 jinns. 100 jinns is a little lighter, and I will be crushed to death by a 120 jinns beauty. Lin Bifan made a sincere wish. Ding. Wishing success. At this time, Song Yuqing smiled slightly and said, I'm sorry, I'll go to the bathroom. Please. Song Yuqing was able to stand up, but only 2 steps away, the high heels under her feet broke, and her body unnaturally pressed towards Lin Bifan. Careful. Even if Lin Bifan reacted quickly, it was too late. The two fell to the ground together. Plop. Lin Bifan felt the temperature on his hands, looked at the pretty face close at hand, and said blankly, "Are you 120 pounds?" Song Yuqing's face blushed. "Today's noon. Today's lunch is a bit too much." Lin Bifan comforted. "You are 1.72 meters tall and 120 pounds is not really fat." Song Yuqing was embarrassed. "Stop talking, help me up." "Okay, right now." Not far away, Xiao Chen, the protagonist who saw this scene, was going crazy. The plot has just begun, and before he can make a move, his wife has been taken advantage of by others. "It feels like a light is coming out of my head. That's a green light." Green panicked. "So, go faster." As a result, he stumbled on the foot of a passerby and fell down. And that person is a big fat girl weighing 240 pounds. She looks round and round. She is very heavy and can't stand steady. It is very difficult to walk. Oops. Only a loud bang was heard. The sound shook the whole building. There seemed to be a cracking sound, shocked everyone. The fat girl shook her head and said confusedly, "Huh? It seems to be fine." A painful voice came from under her. "You are fine, but I have something to do." The fat girl quickly rolled off him and said anxiously, "I'm sorry. How are you? Is it okay?" "Oops. Don't move." Xiao Chen's face turned green and purple. "The rib is broken." "Oh, okay. I'm not moving." The fat girl stood up in a hurry. As a result, the center of gravity was still unstable, and he sat down again, and Mount Tai was on the top. Click, the protagonist Xiao Chen. The fat girl covered her face with her hands. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." "Stop talking. Call an ambulance." Not far away, Lin Bifan was shocked to see this scene. The rib was broken by a 240-pound fat girl. This is really bad. It seems that when they met for the first time, it was never so miserable. Then, everyone began to rescue. Among them, Lin Bifan is the most active. Coming to the protagonist Xiao Chen, looking at Xiao Chen whose face was blue and green, he said with concern, "Brother, how are you? Are you all right?" The protagonist Xiao Chen's eyes were on fire. Seeing that the enemy was close at hand, he couldn't do anything. He gritted his teeth and said, It's fine." Lin Bifan scolded. "Brother, don't be brave. You have 3 broken ribs. And you still say it's all right? You've been injured for 100 days, and you won't get better if you don't lie down for 2 months. Brother, don't worry. I have already helped you called an ambulance." "I thank you. Thank you all. You're welcome. This is what I should do." Soon after, the ambulance came and carried the patient Xiao Chen into the car. On the ambulance, Lin Bifan said apologetically, "Yuqing, I'm sorry. This dinner can only be cancelled." Song Yuqing shook her head and said very considerately, "It doesn't matter, it's important to save people. In fact, I found that you are a good person. You are brave and helpful, and there are not many people with such qualities." Lin Bifan said helplessly, "No way, I have a problem with me, I just like to be nosy." "It's not a problem, it's an advantage. Since this dinner can't be eaten, I'll invite you another day." "Okay, it's a deal." The third person, Xiao Chen, was lying on the sickbed, watching this scene with fire-breathing eyes. "Dog men and women. I am like this, and you are still showing love. Show love is dying fast." At this time, the ambulance drove through a pit, and there was a shock that hit Xiao Chen. Xiao Chen's face turned pale in pain. In about 15 minutes, everyone arrived at the hospital. Lin Bifan helped the other party through the admission procedures and paid medical expenses in advance. This scene fell into the eyes of the heroine Song Yuqing. This is a responsible man. After the filming and the doctor's diagnosis, the protagonist Xiao Chen only had 3 broken ribs, and the injury was not serious. The chest strap is used conservatively to fix the ribs, and the ribs in the chest are fixed. Lying on the bed still, you have to take some medicine for bone healing, so after 2 months, you can return to normal. When all these operations were completed, the doctor asked with concern, "How is it?" The protagonist Xiao Chen was pale and sweating nonstop. "It still hurts. Can you give me some anesthetics?" "Okay, I'll let someone arrange it for you." Lin Bifan looked at the time and found that the time had passed 12 o'clock unknowingly. It means that he can make another wish. Lin Bifan glanced at the protagonist Xiao Chen, who was lying on the bed with a pale face from pain, and silently made a wish. I make a wish. Please give me a body that is not damaged by King Kong. Ding. Wishing success. Suddenly, Lin Bifan felt that his body was as hard as iron, invulnerable to bullets. On the other side, the doctor has come over with anesthesia. Come, be fine soon. As a result, I tried several times, but I couldn't get it in. The protagonist Xiao Chen was almost fainted in pain. Doctor, are you okay? I'm about to die of pain. The doctor smiled bitterly. No, your skin is too hard to penetrate. It's the first time I've seen such hard skin after all these years of practicing medicine. What do I do now? Can I take it orally? Anesthetics are drugs for nerves. It is useless to eat them in the stomach. Because there is stomach acid in the stomach, it will dissolve the medicine, so it can only be injected. Doctor, I have a prescription. They are. You boil these medicines into a bowl. No, I don't understand your prescription. The hospital has regulations and you can't prescribe medicine randomly. Who is responsible for something wrong? Then you are saved now. Wait a minute, I'll find a way. In this way, the doctor thought about it for more than an hour, but still couldn't think of a way. Xiao Chen, the protagonist, fainted from the pain. Seeing Xiao Chen who fainted in pain, Song Yuqing said sympathetically, he is so pitiful. Lin Bifan agrees. Yeah, what a pity. Next, they both went home. At 10 o'clock in the morning of the second day, Song Yuqing brought his team to the Lin Group Company. At the door, a middle-aged man with a beer belly saw Song Yuqing, his eyes lit up, and he immediately greeted him with a smile. Hello, are you Miss Song Yuqing, the president of Song Family Hospital? This is as beautiful as the legend. I am the marketing director of the Lin Family Group. My surname is Yang Wu. It's a pleasure to meet you. Hello Director Yang. The two shook hands amicably. Then, Song Yuqing's team was invited by the other party into the meeting room of the group company. After a cup of tea, we got to the point. President Song, the young master has already instructed him last night, so we will do as you ask. To buy this batch of medical equipment on credit, the interest will be calculated on the basis of today's bank loan interest. After Song Yuqing read the contract, she nodded. Just follow the contract. Mr. Song, you're satisfied. In addition, we have already rushed to dispatch the batch of equipment you need. It will be shipped to your hospital tomorrow, and it can be debugged the day after tomorrow. It will come in handy. Song Yuqing was very surprised. So fast? Large medical devices like the ones they buy usually take days to ship. Then add assembly and debugging, there is not a week of time to get down. The other party will help you to do it in 2 days. I don't know how much time is saved. What the young master specially ordered. If you say so, you can make money with the equipment as soon as possible and reduce the financial pressure. Song Yuqing felt warm when she heard it. In addition, the young master also said that if you don't know what to do with this batch of old equipment, you can hand it over to us, and we can give you a more affordable price. Really? Song Yuqing's eyes lit up. You know, these old equipment of them are all medical equipment and cannot be disposed of like garbage. It must be sold to a qualified company. But there are very few companies with this qualification, and they like to take the opportunity to lower prices. So until now, the price has not been negotiated. These large-scale equipment took up space and money, which became a trouble in her mind. However, if the Song Group could take it back and give her a favorable price, it would really save a lot of effort. Mr. Song, there is no need for us to lie. Director Yang smiled bitterly. If you agree, we can send someone over now to take those old equipment away. Thank you, Director Yang, for your company's support. Song Yuqing did not expect this trip to be so smooth. With just a cup of tea, everything was done. Also got rid of the old equipment that annoyed her and sold it for a good price. All this is thanks to one person. By the way, what about your son? Why haven't you seen him? Our son. Director Yang smiled wryly. Maybe he hasn't gotten up yet. He has a name in our group, but he never arrived before 12 o'clock. The master and the old lady are worried about this matter. Endless. It turns out that I like to sleep late. Song Yuqing covered her mouth and laughed. Don't worry, in fact, your son is very good. Maybe it's more fun now. I hope so, Director Yang sighed. As the old man of the group, He really didn't want the group to fall because of the air. Just looking at each other's appearance is enough. After doing everything, Song Yuqing walked out of the group with ease. On the way back, I couldn't help but picked up my phone and sent a WeChat message. Song Yuqing. I came to your group today, everything has been done, thank you. Lin Bifan. You're welcome. Smiley.jpg, Song Yuqing. Huh? It's back so fast, shouldn't you be sleeping in now? Lin Bifan. Can't sleep, annoying. Song Yuqing. What are you bothering about? Lin Bifan. The money thing. Recently, I am especially short of money, and I can't do anything. Song Yuqing. You are a dignified young man who still lacks money. Doubt.jpg. Lin Bifan. Why is there no shortage? My parents cut off my bank card in order to prevent me from going crazy. In my card, there are less than 1 million left, and even eating is a problem. Crying chirp.jpg. Song Yuqing. Doesn't this deserve it? Smiling.jpg. Lin Bifan. Song Yuqing. Since you have no money, let me invite you to dinner. But let's say it first, I'll just invite you to dinner, not to those messy places, understand? Lin Bifan. What kind of mess are you talking about? I just graduated from kindergarten 180 months ago, I don't really understand. A new face.jpg. Song Yuqing. Song Yuqing. Don't pretend to me, just say you agree or disagree. Angry.jpg. Lin Bifan. Agreed. Lin Bifan. Miss, I will be yours from now on. Please take pity on me. Shy.jpg. Song Yuqing. After putting down the phone, Song Yuqing was inexplicably happy. She found that young Master Lin had another advantage, that is, he was more real and grounded. He can pull his face down to joke with you, and he doesn't have the burden of the eldest young master at all. It was very comfortable to chat with him. There is a feeling of flirting between couples. Inexplicably, looking forward to dinner tonight. On the other side, Lin Bifan also put down the phone, and curved his mouth in a nice arc. My wife is chasing me again. They are both old and married, and they have to fall in love again, really. In the last life, their story unfolded accordingly. Every time, Song Yuqing was more active. At that time, he was relatively cold, busy improving his strength and dealing with the protagonist at the same time. With more contact, even a heart of stone will be moved, so the two come together and deal with the protagonist together. But this time is different. This time, we're going both ways. After Lin Bifan got out of bed and washed up, it was time to get down to business. As a villain, what is serious business? Of course against the protagonist. His life is so unpretentious and boring. After arriving at the hospital, I bought a bunch of white carnations at the entrance of the hospital, then walked into the hospital ward with a heavy face, and sent the carnations in my hand to a mummy. Please condolences. The protagonist Xiao Chen. Ah no, I'm sorry I said it wrong. Lin Bifan is serious. I mean, please look away, don't frown. The protagonist Xiao Chen. Can you not frown? As soon as I woke up and saw you, my enemy, I was very upset. Unlucky. Lin Bifan continued. The doctor said that it's just a few broken ribs. It's not a big deal. You are relatively young now, and your resilience is strong. You can get out of bed and walk in 2 months, which basically does not affect your life. The protagonist Xiao Chen's face turned green. After 2 months? You actually let me lie down for 2 months. In 2 months, both you and Song Yuqing will be able to have a baby. He didn't even know why after being reborn once, it was even more miserable. In the last life, it was just being forced to slap the face by the other party, and there was no loss. But in this life, I started lying on the bed, and I had to lie down for 2 consecutive months. What I got is the protagonist's script. Why is it so miserable? The protagonist Xiao Chen endured the pain in his chest and gritted his teeth. I thank you. I really thank you very much. You're welcome. Our goddas are all living Lei Feng, and they are the most helpful. Lin Bifan smiled. I like the way you don't like me and can't kill me. So here I am, enjoy your show. Lin Bifan stood up. It's not too early, I won't disturb your rest, I'm going to accompany my girlfriend. The protagonist Xiao Chen was taken aback. Girlfriend? It's the woman who brought you here with me yesterday. She's beautiful, gentle, kind, and knowledgeable. I don't think such a good woman can be missed. I'll go to dinner with her in a while. Lin Bifan scatters the dog grain. The protagonist Xiao Chen once again turned green. What the hell? How did you develop so fast? We had dinner together yesterday, and are we going to eat again today? Even in the last life, you only met for dinner every few days. Are you going to go to bed in a few days? He felt he couldn't let them develop like this. Otherwise, there is another green hat on his head, and it is still worn by the same person. Don't lose face as a rebirth. Wait. Wait a minute, he shouted with difficulty. Do you have anything else to do? Lin Bifan smiled. The protagonist Xiao Chen showed a smile on his face. Can you help me contact my senior brother? Brother? It's one of my brothers, and this brother has a very good relationship. Lin Bifan raised his eyebrows slightly. He knew that the protagonist's senior brother, whose name was Zhao Siming, was in his 30s this year. He had very good medical skills and was a very well-known doctor in Song Hospital. In the process of the protagonist's rise, he gave a lot of help. In the original novel, it was he who introduced the protagonist to Song Hospital. Then, the protagonist rose to fame with his brilliant medical skills and became a figure in the sea of magic, alleviating the crisis in Song's hospital, and at the same time attracting the attention of the heroine Song Yuqing. At this time, the protagonist Xiao Chen revealed his identity. The descendant of the ghost doctor, and also Song Yuqing's fiancé. In this way, the two sides naturally come together. Very shitty plot. However, it was destroyed by Lin Bifan. Not only did Zhao Siming lose his job, but also the protagonist was kicked out of the hospital, even out of the sea of magic, and lost all face. This time he wanted to see how the other party struggled. Okay, no problem. After half an hour, a middle-aged man in his 30s with a scholarly curliness on his body looked at the mummy in front of him excitedly and sadly. Junior brother, how did you become like this? Who did it? Who did it? This sentence really acts the sad part of the protagonist Xiao Chen. I thought that after rebirth, with the advantage of the prophet, I would reverse my tragic situation. Who would have thought that he would die before his apprenticeship, his ambitions and his bright future would be crushed by a fat woman who weighs more than 200 pounds? Can anyone tell me why? Of course, that fat woman was unintentional. As a protagonist with a broad mind, he will not put the responsibility on passers-by. So, he put all the blame on Lin Bifan. It's all because of him. Xiao Chen gritted his teeth. Zhao Siming was stunned. Lin Bifan. The one who called me. What's the matter with him? I heard from the doctor that the other party brought you here and prepaid for your medical expenses. In society, there are not many good people like this. It's gone. Xiao Chen glared at Zhao Siming angrily. Brother, you were sold, and you even helped them count the money. In a previous life, you were treated to the point of being unemployed, and finally had to leave the Song family hospital, and lived a miserable life. But, brother, I don't blame you. Because I was born again. You are not born again, you do not know his insidiousness and cunning. This guy's city is too deep. Obviously possessing a lot of ability, very powerful forces, but they have to pretend to be ignorant prodigal sons, when everyone takes it lightly, and then suppress them with lightning speed. What's more terrifying is that the other party's means are very superb. He doesn't play conspiracy, only conspiracy. Always stand on the moral high ground to deal with you, and treat him to the death. At that time, in addition to him, there were several brothers in distress, all of them were crushed by the other party. Not only is the business over, the woman also ran away with each other. Looking back now, my heart still hurts. Senior brother, don't be deceived by the appearance of the other party. Go and inquire. The other party is the eldest young master of the Lin family, a rich second-generation ignorant and inexperienced who only spends time and money. How can such a person be a good person? Zhao Siming questioned. Really, is it like this? Of course it's true, junior brother. What did I lie to you for? He's a wicked person, the kind that oozes pus. The protagonist Xiao Chen said bitterly, but now, it's too early to say these things. You will naturally understand. As long as you believe, I will never lie to you, junior brother. Zhao Siming nodded. Don't talk about those unhappy things. Senior brother, this time I asked you to come. In addition to recognizing the door, I hope you can personally take action and heal my wounds. The protagonist Xiao Chen smiled bitterly. You saw it too. I have 3 broken ribs now. It will take at least 2 months to recover. I can't wait that long. I'll get well soon. Haha. Junior brother, you have found the right person this time. As long as senior brother I take action, I promise that within a week, you will be cured and full of life. Zhao Siming laughed. Xiao Chen was overjoyed. Senior brother, could it be that your Gigu Shenzhen needle has reached the 7th needle? Zhao Siming nodded with a smile, and said with a beaming expression, we have 9 needles for Gigu Shenzhen. 1 for pain relief, 2 for cold, 3 for fever, 4 for hemostasis, 5 for raw meat, 6 for viscera, 7 for bone, 8 for the needle revives the soul, and the 9 needle Hades kills his life. Although my brother's talent is not as good as yours, I have made great progress after practicing day and night. Not long ago I got to the 7th stitch, joining the bone. If the bone is broken, it can speed up the recovery. Under my silver needle, I will recover in less than a week. Xiao Chen was ecstatic. Haha, senior brother, you are really amazing, help me cure it. I thought to myself, Lin Bifan, wait for me. After I recover, I'll settle the account with you. Junior brother, wait a moment, I will heal you now. Saying that, Zhao Siming took out a silver needle from the backpack he was carrying. Then, after roasting it with fire, he said solemnly, Junior brother, it may be a little painful, you can bear it. Xiao Chen nodded, his eyes full of firmness. Brother, come on. I have survived the pain last night. This little pain is nothing. Okay, then I'm here, you have to pay attention. Saying that, he picked up the disinfected silver needle and stabbed it into Xiao Chen's chest. As a result, I even pierced it twice, but I couldn't get it in. Junior brother, could it be that you cultivate inner strength? Xiao Chen shook his head. How can I have this time? If I cultivated inner strength, I wouldn't end up like this. I don't know what's wrong, my skin has become very hard. Brother, give me some strength. Okay. Zhao Siming squeezed hard. The skin is not broken, but the silver needle is crooked. It's okay, I'll change one. Push harder. The skin was still intact, and the silver needle was crooked again. I'll change to a thicker one, and I'll tie it. And just like that, he tried one after another. The silver needles were all broken, and the skin was not scratched at all. Hey! I don't believe this evil. Zhao Siming grabbed the last silver needle, squatted on the bed, and used all his strength to stab it. As a result, his foot slipped and fell, and the silver needle disappeared. Xiao Chen asked with concern, Senior brother, how is it? Zhao Siming's face turned pale. I got in. But, why don't I feel it? It got into my flesh. Oh, it hurts to death. It hurts. Xiao Chen, the protagonist. About 5 minutes later, Zhao Siming took his seat again. He just didn't know if he had hit a certain nerve, his feet were shaking, and he couldn't help it. Junior brother, this time I came in a hurry and I was not prepared enough. But I also have a set of custom-made silver needles at home. They are very hard and will definitely save you. Thank you, brother. The protagonist Xiao Chen was grateful. It's all my own brothers. Why are you being polite to me? You can rest easy first, and I'll see you tomorrow. Zhao Siming stood up and patted Xiao Chen's shoulder lightly. Why tomorrow, not tonight? Xiao Chen didn't want to wait another day, he just wanted to get better right away. Because, I have to check my legs first, I don't know what's wrong. The protagonist Xiao Chen opened his mouth and said, that's senior brother, take care of yourself. I'm leaving, see you tomorrow. Zhao Siming limped open the door, only to meet Lin Bifan. Lin Bifan said in surprise, Dr. Zhao, have you gone back? Zhao Siming smiled and said, Mr. Lin, I'm leaving first, and I'll see my junior brother tomorrow. You can go back, but there is one thing I want to tell you. What's the matter, Mr. Lin? Please tell me. It's like this. Your junior and brother are hospitalized here. I paid for the medical expenses in advance. Now that you are here, can you help me settle the bill? A total of 500,000 yuan. Thank you, Lin Bifan said with a smile. Zhao Siming. Junior brother, you are right, he is really annoying. In the end, Zhao Siming took out 500,000 yuan in distress. After receiving the money, Lin Bifan happily drove to Song's hospital. Song Yuqing was a little surprised to see Lin Bifan. Why are you here? You said you wanted to invite me to dinner, don't be rude. But you came too early, it's not time to get off work yet. Song Yuqing looked at the time. You are busy with your work. I will play here for a while, don't worry. Lin Bifan sat down with a smile and played with his phone. Song Yuqing changed a coat and grabbed her bag. Let's go. Lin Bifan was surprised. You don't work anymore? I'm not working today, and the things that bother me the most have been resolved by you. What are you still doing here? It's okay to be lazy every now and then, Song Yuqing said mischievously. Let's go. Let's go now. Lin Bifan put away his phone. Where am I going to eat today? Song Yuqing smiled. Follow me, I'll take you to a place, delicious and affordable. Okay. Half an hour later, they came to a fly restaurant in the middle of the old street. Song Yuqing looked at the old surroundings and was very surprised. I didn't expect you, young master, to come to such a place? What are you thinking? Can't I come to eat here? This restaurant has been in business for 20 years, and the taste is always the same. It's delicious. Fortunately, we came early, otherwise we might not have a seat. Lin Bifan laughed. Look at what you said, you should come here often. Tell me honestly, do you often bring girls here? Song Yuqing said in a fierce way. Lin Bifan shook his head. No, you are the first. Song Yuqing felt a little touched when she heard it. If it was other girls, I would take them directly to the hotel. Song Yuqing. And then glaring. Haha, just kidding. However, you are indeed the first woman I brought here for dinner. Lin Bifan looked serious. In the past life, in this life, Song Yuqing was looked at by the other party's eyes very unnaturally. With sweetness in my heart, I panicked and said, Grumpy, I don't want to talk to you anymore, I'll order some food. Then, the two started to order food for dinner. I have to say that the fly restaurant here is authentic and cheap. Both of them had a great time eating, but after a while, Song Yuqing put down her chopsticks. I'm full, you can do whatever you want. Lin Bifan was surprised. Why eat so little, isn't it unpalatable? Song Yuqing said resentfully, I want to lose weight. Lin Bifan understands after thinking about it. Maybe it was yesterday's words that hurt the other person's heart. So he explained. Actually, I think it's not good for a woman to be too thin, like a bamboo pole, it will fall down when the wind blows. Song Yuqing axed back, don't all men like to be thin? Lin Bifan shook his head. I don't know about other men, but I prefer plump ones. Like your current figure, it's just right, I like it very much. So, don't reduce it. Song Yuqing's heartbeat suddenly accelerated. Is this a confession? Wanting to hide it, he said angrily, you're not one of my people. What does it matter to you if I lose weight or not? Then, pull the surrounding dishes in front of you. Lin Bifan was shocked. What are you doing? Song Yuqing grabbed the chopsticks and said in a plausible manner, I eat. Only when I'm full can I have the strength to lose weight. Lin Bifan nodded seriously. It's very reasonable. I'll give you a chicken leg. I hope you take care of yourself. Thank you. If I succeed in losing weight, I will have your share. In this way, the two had a pleasant dinner time. Then, the two strolled along the riverside, enjoying the night view of the riverside while digesting their food. Lin Bifan said a joke. Song Yuqing let out a soft and sweet laugh. She found that young Master Lin in front of her seemed to know herself very well, and she could always find topics of most interest to talk about, then make her happy, and chatting with each other was very relaxed and comfortable. So, it's 9 p.m. It's getting late, I should go back, Song Yuqing said reluctantly. Then I'll take you back, Lin Bifan said. After sending me back, what about you? What are your plans? Go straight back to rest? Song Yuqing asks. For a rich boy like me, it's too early to rest, and the nightlife has just begun. My friends have invited me again, and are going to Xintiandi to play. The so-called Xintiandi is an entertainment place that integrates eating, drinking and playing, also known as the night market. Lin Bifan is the eldest son of the Lin family. However, Song Yuqing felt inexplicably uncomfortable when she heard this. I tried to persuade, but found that I had no position. But he still said, those places are too messy, don't go if you can. Where can I go if I don't go there? Lin Bifan said helplessly. It's so long at night. Where do I go to pass the time? I'm a little afraid of being alone, and it's especially uncomfortable when I don't have anyone to accompany me. Song Yuqing thought for a while. Why not? Go to a movie with you. After watching the movie, it's almost time to rest. Lin Bifan's eyes lit up. Good idea. The two headed to the nearest cinema to watch a movie. Recently, there happened to be a big hit movie, and it happened to be a love movie, a story about lavender. So, there is a saleswoman crazy to sell lavender specimens. Sir, your girlfriend is so beautiful. Why don't you buy her a bunch of lavender? The secret word of lavender is waiting for love, which means love is coming. Lynn Byfin shook his head and smiled. You are mistaken, she is not my girlfriend. Liar. It's not a couple, who came to watch this love movie. You are clearly dating. Even if it's not now, it will be in the future. So hurry up and buy a bunch of flowers for her, it will bring you good wishes. Unable to shirk, Lin Byfin bought a bottle of lavender and gave it to Song Yuqing. The other party is too enthusiastic. I have no choice but to buy it. This bottle of lavender is given to you. You can usually put it on the table and look at it after work. It will make you feel much better. Yeah. Song Yuqing nodded with a blushing face. Silently tell myself, I am not dating, but saving a lost youth. But in his hand, he was holding the lavender tightly. At this moment, Lin Byfin suddenly turned to look at the door. What's wrong? Song Yuqing acts in confusion. It's nothing, I seem to have seen an acquaintance. Lin Byfin frowned. Maybe it's a mistake, don't worry about him. The movie is about to start, let's go in. After Lin Byfin entered the movie hall. At the entrance of the theater, a handsome man in a security uniform appeared. I saw him press his chest with his hands, panting, almost let him find out, as expected of Lin Byfin, the demon king of chaos who once defeated me. Wait. Why am I afraid to see him? I've been reborn, he shouldn't know me, what am I afraid of him? A bitter smile appeared on the handsome man's face. I didn't expect to be reborn, and the shadow in my heart still hasn't gotten rid of it. But not this time. God gave me a chance to be reborn, I must be ashamed. I must take back what you took from me, bit by bit. It's even doubled to get it back. I will take all your career and your women. I must step on your corpse to reach the peak and become a master. Lin Byfin, wait for me, we will meet soon. In the end, I took a deep look at the theater and left gracefully. After watching the movie, it was already 11:30. Lin Byfin sent Song Yuqing home, and he also went home to rest. On the second day, I woke up at noon. Then, with a caring heart, he went to the hospital to visit the mummified protagonist. Nothing else, the main thing is to keep an eye on each other, and at the same time appreciate the appearance of the other party who doesn't like me and can't kill me. Because the other party is the son of destiny, he has always been favored by the gods, and disaster turns into good luck. As a villain, if you don't pay attention, you may be counterattacked by the other party. Although it was a temporary victory, this vigilance must be present. As a result, I saw that the other's senior brother had come. He also brought a set of needles, ready to use the Gigu Shenzhen needle to heal the protagonist. It's just right, today's wish hasn't been granted yet. Lin Byfin smiled, put his hands together, and prayed sincerely, Great system, please listen carefully to my wishes. Today, I make a wish to you. I make a wish to you to make me nervous and energetic. Ding. Wishing success. Suddenly, Lin Byfin felt different. Even a slight breeze blew across his skin and felt a little irritated. In the ward. Zhao Shiming took out a long and thick silver needle from the box and put it on the flame to sterilize it. Junior brother, you can bear with me for a while, it will be fine soon. The protagonist Xiao Chen has a green face. Senior brother, is this needle too much? Can you change it to a smaller one? Junior brother, isn't there a way? Zhao Shiming said helplessly. Your skin is too hard. All those silver needles were broken before, so I can only try this. It's too thin, and it can't be pierced at all. The protagonist Xiao Chen thought about it and felt that what the other party said made sense. Senior brother, take it easy. Don't worry, senior brother, I'm measured. At this point, both of them were ready. Zhao Shiming took the large silver needle that had been sterilized and came to Xiao Chen, pressing his chest lightly with one hand. After finding the position, he took a deep breath, and then grabbed the big silver needle and stabbed it hard. This time it went very well, surprisingly smooth. I saw this silver needle inserted into the opponent's chest like a broken bamboo. Straight into 7 or 8 centimeters, almost through the chest. At this moment, the protagonist Xiao Chen's nerves were twice as developed, and the intense stinging pain went straight to his brain. The protagonist Xiao Chen's eyes widened and howled loudly. What? The huge and miserable sound shook the whole building. Zhao Shiming panicked. Junior brother, what's wrong with you? Don't scare me. I have never seen anything like this in my years of practice. Just as he was about to take further action, he heard a bang, and Lin Bifan followed the doctors and nurses and barged in. The doctor yelled, "Who are you? What are you doing?" Zhao Shiming panicked even more. I am saving people. Saving people? The doctor rushed over aggressively. You used such a thick and long needle to pierce people's chests, causing them to scream so miserably, but you said that you were saving people. Do you think we are stupid? You are clearly killing people. Zhao Shiming was so frightened that his soul came out. Misunderstanding. I didn't kill. I am his senior brother, how could I kill him? I am saving people. I am really saving people. The doctor scolded. Did you save people like this? Stop talking nonsense, go and explain to the police. Nurse Li, hurry up and call the police. In addition, call someone over, control the murderer, and don't let him run away. Yes, Dr. Liu. A little nurse ran out. Don't go. I really didn't kill anyone. Lin Bifan bravely stood in front of the suspect Zhao Shiming. Dr. Zhao. I advise you not to move, let alone make unnecessary struggles. Otherwise I can only take legitimate defense. Looking at the vigilant male doctor who surrounded him, Zhao Shiming squatted down in annoyance. Oops. Because of the murder case, the police rushed over quickly and brought the suspect Zhao Shiming under control. As a witness of the case, Lin Bifan cooperated with the police to make a statement. Mr. Lin, that's all for today's confession. If you need anything in the future, I hope you can cooperate. Lin Bifan is righteous. It is our citizens' duty to cooperate with the police. If you need anything, feel free to call, and I will actively cooperate. Thank you very much, Mr. Lin, we love citizens like you. Haha, the police and the people are working together as a family. After recording the statement, Lin Bifan returned to the ward and asked with concern, Doctor, how is my friend? The doctor said solemnly. At that time, the silver needle was inserted into the chest, reaching a depth of about 8 centimeters, and almost pierced the heart. Fortunately, he was lucky, and it was inserted into the gap next to the heart, but only a little out. It's only blood, and the injury is not serious. But we will continue to stay in the hospital for observation. Lin Bifan secretly said a pity. Then he said sincerely, Doctor, you are right. You really need to stay in the hospital for observation. No matter how much it costs, I will cure my brother, please. You, a person you don't even know, can take care of others. They are still brothers, but they are so vicious. I still can't figure out why. The doctor sighed. I can't figure out why. I can only say that human nature is complicated. Lin Bifan also shook his head, sighing with 10 points. Human nature is really complicated sometimes, and it's even very dark. Forget it, let's not talk about it, it's too sad to talk about it. Then, the doctor told Lin Bifan a few more words, and then left. Lin Bifan lowered his head, looked at the glaring protagonist Xiao Chen, and solemnly promised word by word. Brother, don't worry. I will help you to pursue it, and I will never let the murderer go unpunished. Xiao Chen raised his hand with difficulty. Let go of my senior brother. Lin Bifan frowned. Brother, it's this time, you still care about your brother. You treat others as brothers, but they just want to kill you. Forget it, don't talk so much, just rest well, I'll come back another day. Look at you. As the door closed, Xiao Chen closed his eyes in despair. Again. Why is this again? In the last life, his senior brother lost his job like this, and he was in a mess all his life. As a result, he was reborn, and his senior brother was even worse. In less than 2 days, go straight to the cell. He had been reborn for 2 days, but he had done nothing. As a result, he was admitted to the hospital, and his brother was admitted to a cell because of him. It feels like the whole society is full of deep malice towards him. Could it be that God is helping him? Help this demon? A feeling of powerlessness lingers all over the body. Am I going to lose again this time? Do not. I will never admit defeat. He roared in his heart. God gave me a chance to make up for all my regrets and defeat this demon. The good show has just begun. Lin Bifan, wait for me. I want to pay back the pain you inflicted on me tenfold and 100-fold. The other side. Lin Bifan was also thinking. Although one of the protagonists Xiao Chen's right-hand man was cut off, it's not enough to be careless now. Because the other party is the real son of the world, he will never fail so easily. Give him a chance to catch his breath and he'll be back in no time. As for solving him yourself, just thinking too much. What he has to deal with is not one protagonist, but several protagonists. Not only the protagonist, but also many villains. These people are very skilled, and they are protected by the way of heaven. As long as they show a little flaw, they may be caught by the other party and then be severely hit. They can lose many times, but as long as you lose once, it is completely over. Therefore, you must not reveal any handles. All movements must be done without any traces, clean and neat. If you can't do it yourself, you won't do it. If you can borrow the hand of others, borrow the hand of others. Anyway, you have to be clean. So dare not say invincible, but at least invincible. Moreover, he also felt that it was too low to do it himself. Not up to the standard of the villain. In the last life, he relied on all kinds of conspiracy methods to play these protagonists as life as death, and he was afraid to see him. Known as the Demon King of Chaos. Hot man. Is it possible to be reborn once, with more abilities, and still be unable to fight them? Let's play slowly, don't rush. Lin Bifan came to Song Hospital with a happy mood. At this time, Song Yuqing was busy dealing with Zhao Shiming's affairs, and was very busy. Seeing Lin Bifan, he asks, I heard that you were at the scene and one of the witnesses. What was the situation like? At that time, I happened to go to the hospital to visit Xiao Chen. As soon as I arrived at the door of the ward, I heard a shrill scream coming from the ward. The sound was so miserable that it spread throughout the building. So, I broke in with the surrounding hospital nurses. I saw Zhao Shiming holding a long and thick silver needle and stabbing it at Xiao Chen's chest, close to the heart, with a depth of 7 or 8 centimeters, very scary. After that, Zhao Shiming was controlled by us who broke in. Not long after that, about 10 minutes later, the police came and took him away. That's basically the situation. Lin Bifan is honest, neither exaggerating nor belittling. Song Yuqing frowned. Why does Dr. Zhao want to kill someone so well? I heard that that person is still his junior brother. The relationship is very good, and there is no reason at all. During the arrest, the other party always insisted that he was saving people, not killing people. However, who would use such a long and thick needle to save people, and it was the heart that was pierced, so deep. Song Yuqing sighed. She still doesn't quite believe that the other party will do this now. But what if you don't believe it? There is evidence, there are witnesses, but the motive is unclear. Moreover, as a doctor, the other party dares to commit murder in the hospital. The nature is too bad. The police will definitely take it seriously. Lin Bifan asks, how do you plan to deal with this matter? What else can we do? Song Yuqing said helplessly. Regardless of whether it's clear or not, this matter has already had a very bad impact on our hospital. Who would dare to ask such a doctor to see a doctor? So it can't be used anymore. Suspend first to check. If he proves innocent in the end, then find a reason to fire him. Okay, don't think about these bad things anymore. It's dinner time, let's go have dinner. I found a newly opened restaurant, and I heard that the taste is good. Let's try it together. Lin Bifan said expectantly. Eat, eat, eat. You know what to eat. Song Yuqing said angrily. Then are you going? Of course I'll go. Only when I'm full can I have the strength to lose weight. Yes. Let's go.